Today I'm going to take a look at Luka Doncic's performance against the Golden State Warriors. He finished with 21 points, 9 assists, 3 rebounds, shot 7 of 18 from the floor, and 1 of 6 overall as the Mavericks won 109-99. He ended the game early with a left hamstring injury, but there's a lot to look at before getting to that point, and let's get right into it. Luka inbounds the ball and receives a handoff from Daniel Gafford, and with the Warriors switching, he counters Klay Thompson's momentum with the between-the-legs dribble going right. He's going to stay patient, waiting for Daniel Gafford to seal off the defender in the paint, allowing him to finish cleanly on the right side of the rim. While this was a clunky possession with awkward spacing initially, with PJ Washington trying to post up on the same side of the floor as Luka Doncic, Luka's going to get the ball in the post. He doesn't like what he has on a step-back jumper, gets it to Kyrie Irving one pass away, and trusts him to make a play off the catch. He gets through the lane, plays off of 2 feet, and finishes on the left side of the rim. The Mavs run a double-wide pin down for Kyrie Irving. He comes off the screens and knocks down the 3. Luka gets the ball out of a wide action and then a rescreen from Daniel Gafford, plays in the pocket with the bounce pass, and it's up to Gafford to finish the dunk against a out-of-rotation defense. Kyrie Irving continues to be aggressive, plays out of the pull-up 3, misses the shot, but the Mavericks get the offensive rebound. The ball finds Luka Doncic, who gets a ball screen from Daniel Gafford. And as this play develops, Klay Thompson's late to recognize that he has to make this switch, and now Luka finds Derrick Jones in the strong side corner, who misses the shot. The Warriors remain focused on switching against Luka Doncic. Here he is the left side of the floor, his favorite spot that he likes, gets into the step-back 3 and misses the shot, sweeping his right leg, getting the shot off balance. The Mavericks are going to play out of a quick 2-man game with Kyrie Irving handing it off to Luka Doncic and then screening for him. The Warriors switch this one. Luka attacks left, plays out of a step back near the elbow, shot fake, gets the defender in the air, and then draws the foul as he flips the shot up for an and one. Daniel Gafford screens very high for Luka Doncic, and with the switch, Luka tries to get the ball into Gafford on the roll, and the ball gets tipped up, but it lands in PJ Washington's hands, who attacks off the catch, plays off of 2, and gets into a right-hand floater in the paint. As Luka Doncic initiates his possession, he has Chris Paul already on him, a matchup that he likes. He plays between the legs, gets into a step back, going to his left, and misses the 3. This was a rim out, and this was just an example of a rough shooting night that Luka had from beyond the arc. This one was all Kyrie Irving. He splits 2 defenders in transition, gathers the ball, and then finishes on a double clutch on the right side of the rim. Using impressive touch and a high IQ approach, using the rim as a shield against the defender by having his back turned to the defender while burying him under the basket. Andrew Wiggins was aggressive, engaging Luka Doncic near half court. As Kyrie Irving came up the screen, PJ Washington followed. But Luka lost the handle, recovered the ball along the sideline, played out of a spin move to get by Wiggins, and drew multiple defenders. He played off 2, got the ball to a wide-open PJ Washington, who had his catch-and-shoot 3 rim out. Luka brings the ball up, receives a screen from PJ Washington, gets Brandon Pajemski switched onto him. Luka plays out of a spin move, attacks going right, and leaves his feet early. Tries to get the pass to the weak side corner. It gets tipped up by Klay Thompson, but Exum catches it and then passes the ball to Kyrie Irving, who then attacks off the catch, gets into a tough short-range jumper and misses, but the Mavericks come up with the offensive rebound. Exum stays active as a cutter, receives a pass to finish at the rim, and gets it to go. On this play, Daniel Gafford flips a ball screen for Luka Doncic, but the Warriors handle this very well. The nail help tags the roller, and Trace Jackson Davis, the big defender, waits to backpedal enough to show a presence to deter Doncic from attacking downhill. And then as Doncic breaks down Andrew Wiggins out in space, he loses the handle, and the ball ends up in Pajemski's hands, causing the 2 teams to get into a jump ball. Coming out of this jump ball, Luka Doncic runs a ball screen with Derek Lively, eventually getting the ball, getting into this action. And as he attacks left along the sideline, the Warriors switch with Kevon Looney guarding him, and Luka tries to play out of a step back off 2, but he gets blocked from behind by Gary Payton II, who is the strong side corner defender, who made a great, well-timed play on the ball as Luka was getting into the shot. This is a testament to the trust that Luka has in Dante Exum. He waves off the wide action screen. Derek Lively gets into a ball screen, flips the screen with Pajemski going under the original screen. Now Exum's getting downhill, throws a lob to Derek Lively for the dunk. Here's another play with Dante Exum initiating. He quickly gets it to Luka Doncic after running his own ball screen, screens for Luka to get Pajemski switched onto him, and now Luka's attacking downhill. The strong side corner defender is helping off of the corner, but this backfires, resulting in the Warriors getting called for a foul, and Luka heads to the line. With the Warriors having a size disadvantage at quite a few positions with this lineup that the Mavericks are deploying, Luka Doncic is able to counter the full court pressure to his advantage. He's used as a decoy early on as a screener and just works his way to the middle of the floor using his size, gets a touch in the middle of the floor against Gary Payton II, and just plays out of attack left before using his size on the cutoff to work his way middle into a right-hand floater. After Luka Doncic runs a double drag Spain action, he gets the ball to Tim Hardaway Jr., who then gets the ball to P.J. Washington in the corner, and he attacks downhill after being sagged off in the weak side corner, plays off of two, and gets into a floater. The Warriors continued to be aggressive, swiping at the ball against Luka Doncic. He comes off of the zoom action. Chris Paul rips the ball from behind, and then the ball just rolls out of bounds. The Mavericks start out in what was going to be a horn set, but then turns into a Spain pick and roll with Daniel Gafford filling the corner. Tim Hardaway Jr. sets the back screen. Luka Doncic is reading the low defender Brandon Podziemski, pre-rotated, ready to tag the roller, so he gets it to the weak side corner, and P.J. Washington attacks downhill and plays off of one this time, but gets into a floater driving across the paint. With the smaller defender Chris Paul already on him in transition, Luka just gets right into a step-back three, shoots over the top, but misses short, fading away. Nobody stops the ball with Luka Doncic attacking until he's already inside the three-point line. He makes the spray-out pass to Tim Hardaway Jr. in the weak side corner. It's a clean look, but he misses the shot. Luka gets the ball out of a quick get action from Derrick Jones Jr., and now the defender is late to recognize that he has to stay attached to Derrick Jones after the handoff defenders switch that action. But for the Warriors, they have the low defender pre-rotated off of the weak side corner, but with Jones being so quick and Luka getting the ball to him on target, this creates a challenging situation to handle on the drive, and Jones draws a foul. The Warriors continued to stick with switching against ball screens, and Dario Saric gets switched onto Luka as a result. Luka sends away another screener and then gets into an ISO against Saric attacking left. Jonathan Kuminga is going to rotate over and help, and Luka's going to slow step, get him to leave his feet early with a fake, and then finish on the right side of the rim uncontested. This was a great possession from the Mavericks role players. Dante Exum pushes on the break, tosses it to the trailing Derrick Jones Jr., who gets it back to Exum, and now Exum breaks down Klay Thompson off the dribble, stays patient after not having it on the first attack. Then Exum plays out of a push crossover, goes right to left on another crossover. Derrick Jones Jr. was relocating behind the three-point line and attacked downhill with an advantage. Exum disrupted Saric from recovering, while Daniel Gafford sealed off Gary Payton II for being able to rotate and help, and this is a wide open dunk as a result of various role players using body positioning to seal off defenders using high IQ approaches. Luka Doncic gets a flare screen ran for him, gets out to the three-point line, shoots a contested catch-and-shoot shot that just barely rims out. Again, this was a tough three-point shooting night for him with multiple rim outs. The Warriors continued to be aggressive with switching and then sending an early low defender to be able to load up on drives against Luka. He draws the switch with Klay Thompson guarding him, plays out of the post, and reads that Daniel Gafford has Dario Saric pinned, who was supposed to be helping the helper, getting positioning in front of him. So Luka throws the lob, and the connection was unsuccessful, but in the Warriors attack on the break, but Dante Exum steals a pass and then finds Derrick Jones Jr., who then makes a play in transition for a finish on the left side of the rim. Another sequence where defense leads to offense. The Mavericks get a block at the rim by Daniel Gafford, and then Luka attacks on the break and throws a lob to P.J. Washington, who got behind the defense for a dunk. Once again, the Warriors switch a ball screen against Luka Doncic. Klay Thompson's now guarding Luka. He gets into a left side ISO. As Thompson tries to get in front of Luka on the recovery, Luka changes directions with the between-the-legs dribble, has the advantage on the drive, but sees multiple help defenders waiting to help on the drive, so he gets into a stride-stop turnaround jumper and misses the shot. Derrick Jones Jr. gets Trayce Jackson-Davis switched onto Luka Doncic after the screen, and now Luka is going to ISO empty corner. He's going to play out of the between cross, and now Trayce Jackson-Davis body angle is giving up the drive right. Luka's going to read that the strong side is being overloaded once again, and the Warriors are trying to help the helper, which should leave Derrick Jones in the weak side corner after the cut through, but he ends up hitting the net on the pass out, and this ends up becoming a turnover. After Kyrie Irving runs a ball screen with Derrick Jones Jr., he gets it to Luka Doncic on the second side, and Luka on the catch reads the defender exiting the paint, and Lively's filling the dunker spot, so Luka tries to dart the ball to him, and the exchange is just offline, but the idea was there. The Mavs try to use a double drag Spain action to get Andrew Wiggins switched off of Luka Doncic, and initially this does happen, but Kyrie Irving, that Spain screener, comes up to set a ball screen for Luka Doncic. Throughout this whole sequence, Trayce Jackson-Davis stayed committed to Daniel Gafford, allowing Andrew Wiggins to then get switched back onto Luka, and Luka's going to get into an ISO. He's going to work Wiggins to the left side of the floor, coming off wide, play out of a double between the legs, and then get into a quick dribble after Wiggins recovers, and then counter with the between the legs to attack middle, having that option open. But Trayce Jackson-Davis jumps to the top of the charge circle to show help, so Luka gets into a stride stop and tries to play out of the turnaround jumper, misses the shot. Mavericks get the offensive rebound, but then miss the catch-and-shoot three for P.J. Washington. Luka Doncic brings the ball up and receives a ball screen from Daniel Gafford. The Warriors continue to switch, and now Luka, after the between-the-legs dribble, is reading the defense, sees the low defender on the weak side in the paint, darts the ball to Kyrie Irving in the corner, and the shot's just offline, but a great look with Luka exploiting the defense's tendencies. After the Warriors' missed shot, Kyrie Irving pushes on the break and then finds Luka Doncic as a transition trailer. Here he uses a shot fake, attacks right, goes between the legs to change directions, plays through contact, gets to the floater, and gets it to go. After the Warriors finish at the rim, the Mavericks are very quick to push it on the break. Kyrie Irving sees Josh Green get behind the defense, throws the lob, and an emphatic dunk is the result. Kyrie Irving receives a ball screen from Daniel Gafford, draws Trayce Jackson-Davis on the switch, sizes him up with multiple between-the-legs dribbles, and then after he opens up his body positioning to give up the drive left, Kyrie goes double behind the back, attacks the open space, and stops on a dime mid-drive to take the short-range pull-up and knocks down the shot. Here the Mavericks run a handoff for Luka Doncic from Derrick Jones Jr. The Warriors switch this one, and out of the shot fake, Luka has Klay Thompson on the right side of his body, so Luka attacks left, gets to the middle of the floor, plays out of a step back, and he's fading away on the shot, misses short, but the Mavericks come up with the offensive rebound. P.J. Washington misses the catch-and-shoot three, and the Warriors end up coming up with the possession after this shot attempt. On this play, Luka Doncic is the focus of a zoom action handoff with Kyrie Irving as the first screener, and Andrew Wiggins is going to under the screen and the handoff. And now with him recovering and being out of position to handle a drive right, Luka attacks open space, going to his right, plays off two deep on a drive, and makes a no-look drop-off pass to Daniel Gafford for a wide-open look after drawing two defenders deep on the drive. After P.J. Washington brings the ball up here, Luka Doncic signals to him to use him as a screener, drive off right. The Warriors have a breakdown with switching. They're late to recognize, so Washington attacks downhill, plays through contact, tries to get a floater to go, but it rims out. Kyrie Irving is going to run a high ball screen with Daniel Gafford, and this is a true testament to how difficult it is to switch against Kyrie. You're going to want to get into the ball very quickly given the pull-up three-point shooting threat that he poses, and this allows the big to slip and get behind the defense very quickly. If there is no low defender ready to help in the paint, then this is going to create a lob opportunity as it does here with Gafford flushing it home. Here's another play where Gafford slipping a screen punishes the Warriors switching. They're playing up to the level. Trayce Jackson-Davis is now engaging Luka. Jonathan Kuminga, the on-ball defender, has to fight to recover onto Gafford, and the low defender is not in a position to disrupt this play enough. Gafford plays through contact and dunks it emphatically. Luka's objective is to hunt Chris Paul in this play by bringing P.J. Washington in as a screener. He goes between the legs into a spin move immediately after the switch. Chris Paul had a hard time handling the contact, has to work to recover. Luka plays off two, sprays it out to Kyrie Irving, who attacks the closeout and then gets it to Luka back on the three-point line, who uses a fake on the catch, gets Chris Paul to bite, and now Paul is too small to be able to recover and handle this drive from Luka, who then draws the foul as he gets deep into the paint, playing off of two before getting into a finish. This inbounds play, the Mavericks hunt Chris Paul once again by having P.J. Washington screen for Luka Doncic off ball. He gets the handoff shoveled to him from Daniel Gafford. He plays out of a spin move, and Paul tries to cut him off, but fouls as a result. Another side out of bounds play here with Luka's space on the weak side. There's a lot of room for Kyrie Irving to work with. He gets into a give and go after Daniel Gafford flashes towards the ball, tries to finish at the rim, but misses the finish. The focus on hunting Chris Paul continues. Kyrie Irving gets him switched onto Luka with the screen, and Luka plays out of back down dribbles, goes into a spin step back, shoots the mid-range jumper, but the shot is off. This play becomes Kyrie Irving clearing out the right side of the floor before getting into a side ball screen with Daniel Gafford. This draws the focus of the nail help, leaving Luka Doncic with a chance to get a catch-and-shoot 3 off, and this one, once again, just rims out. A lot of rim outs for Luka in this game. Here's just an aggressive transition push from Luka Doncic, drawing defense in the middle of the floor before spraying it out to Dante Exum in the corner, who hits the open 3. With Dante Exum initiating, Luka has his back to the defender beyond the three-point line, gets the ball before a screen from Exum to get Podziemski switched onto him. Luka's going to wait for Exum to cut through and for the help to, adjust accordingly. And he's going to attack the left, get to the middle of the floor, play off 2 before the spray up pass to Exum. Exum makes that extra pass to P.J. Washington on the wing, who misses the open catch-and-shoot 3. Again, a continued, very aggressive effort from the Warriors to overload the strong side against Luka. Once again, Luka has his back to the defender, receives the ball from Exum before a screen that forces a switch. Podziemski is now guarding Luka again. He was a frequent target of switch hunting, and another similar pattern. Podziemski continues to shade Luka to his left. Luka's going to attack downhill, play off 2 with multiple fakes, pivot, and get into a turnaround jump shot. He misses this shot, but the Mavericks come with the offensive rebound, get the ball back to Luka, and he attacks off the catch downhill, gets by Podziemski pretty easily, and then draws a foul deep on the drive. Luka Doncic receives a ball screen from Dante Exum to force Brandon Podziemski to switch on him, and immediately gets into a spin move, and this was a clever approach. It gets Podziemski on the right side of his body throughout this whole play, and then as he plays out of a back down dribble, he's going to be able to read the help defense. They're going to recover, and the angle that Podziemski is playing him at with his body completely gives up the baseline attack. Luka uses a drop step into a left-hand finish. With Dante Exum pushing on the break, Luka Doncic is going to factor in as a trailer. He pauses on the catch, gets immediately into a step-back 3, and hits the shot. Luka gets the ball initially on a zoom action in this possession, and the Warriors once again continue to keep switching. Luka draws that switch after the handoff. He's going to try to break down the defender going between the legs multiple times. Doesn't have the step back. Passes with 5 seconds on the clock. It's an inaccurate pass. Exum tries to play out a push crossover, finish through a crowd, misses, and this becomes a shot clock violation. Luka tries to make a transition throw-ahead pass to Derek Lively, but the Warriors read this. Podziemski jumps the passing lane and gets the steal. Kevon Looney gets switched onto Luka Doncic after Derek Lively's screen, and Luka gets shifty on the ISO. He plays out of the fake step back going to his left, uses a push crossover, and Looney just can't keep up and fouls him trying to slide his feet. On the transition push, notice how quickly Derek Lively's running up the floor compared to Kevon Looney. He gets behind the defense as Kyrie Irving's aggressive pushing, throws a no-look pass, flips it up to Lively, who then finishes the alley-oop dunk. With Kyrie Irving running the bench unit to start the fourth quarter, the Mavericks went on a run playing fast and continuing to take advantage of having front court size mismatches. Here, Tim Hardaway Jr. comes off a ball screen, throws it to Dante Exum on the wing, who then darts it to Derek Lively, who gets blocked by Trace Jackson-Davis on the initial finish, stays persistent, gets the offensive rebound, and flushes the reverse dunk. Exum's going to find Kyrie Irving on the transition trail, who then passes out of a 3 for Derek Lively to get a wide-open finish at the rim. P.J. Washington is Chris Paul sealed in transition and just turns and finishes over the top. On a transition push, Derek Lively screens for Kyrie Irving, who has a lot of space to attack baseline, plays off 2, and finishes with his right hand. Tim Hardaway Jr. finds Kyrie Irving on the transition trail again, and he just attacks downhill, plays off 2 on the pull-up jumper, and hits the shot. After the behind-the-back move in transition, Kyrie Irving finds Tim Hardaway Jr. wide open from 3, and he hits the shot. Luka has an ISO early in this possession. Danny Gafford was going to come up to set a screen, but he disengages, fills a dunker spot, and Luka immediately recognizes on the baseline drive that the Warriors are continuing to overload with strong side help, so he's going to be able to flip the ball up to Daniel Gafford with nobody helping the helper, and this is just an easy dunk for him to finish. This also marked the end of Luka's performance. As you can see, his hamstring starts to bother him, then he checks out shortly after. With Luka injured, Kyrie Irving leads the charge to close out this game. He gets the ball in a post touch and then has the attention of multiple defenders. After attacking middle, he bounce passes to P.J. Washington, who hits a contested 3. Dante Exum then plays out of a ball screen from Daniel Gafford, finds Josh Green in the corner, who hits a contested shot as well. Kyrie then pushes on the break and finds Josh Green for a wide-open alley-oop. Kyrie Irving, out of ISO, uses a triple threat, shot fake, gets by the defender, uses a floater, draws the foul, gets the and one. To cap it off, Irving gets a ball screen from Lively and then lofts it up to him. Easy catch and finish on the right side of the rim. If you made it this far, I appreciate you for watching this video. If you could subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share it, it'd be greatly appreciated.